Hi, kindergarten. Hey, we're going to finish up our packet, okay? We're doing chapter 1. It's been a review. We would have done it sooner, but we didn't have the Go Math. They had to order it when it came in. We had to send it home. So we're all the way back here. Now, I did mention this once, but I tore all those white pages that aren't colored. I tore those out and threw them away. And so I told you can do them if you want, but basically what it is these would be the pages we're doing in the classroom. Those white ones, we'd be sending those home in a homework packet, but everything is homework now, right? So we're not gonna have to do those. It's just a review of what's in the packet. So if you haven't done that yet, you can just throw those away, okay? All right, or save them if you have little brother and sister. They can do them for fun when they get to be 4 or 5. It'd be a good little homework to do. All right, the rest of this is all about the number 0. So boys and girls, look, I have a little bowl here and it's full of counters. But if I dump them out, how many counters are in here now? 0, right? It's empty. So you guys know all about 0. 0 is the number we start with before we start counting. How many counters do I have in my hand? 0. But when I start counting, let's just count to 5. Okay, now there's 1, and then there's 2. It's hard to see those, but 2. And then there's 3, and then there's 4, and then there's 5. Now we have some counters in there, but if I dump them out again, it's 0. Okay, so we're going to go super fast through this packet. In fact, we're going to do 2 days worth of math in 1 day because it's super, super easy. Hey, I do not have my glasses here, so look what I have to use. The print is very small in this page. It says, use counters to model this problem. So parents are going to have to read this to the kids. There are 2 horses in the pen, so we're not going to draw the horses. We're going to put these counters in here. Let me move it closer. And I gotta very carefully do this because I've done that before and I shut the whole thing off and I have to do it over again. There we go. We're gonna pretend these are our horses, okay? The horses leave the pen and go into the field. So we're gonna move them. I think they're hungry. They're gonna go eat grass, right? How many horses are in the pen now? Trace the number. So all you have to do is trace the number that shows that there are 0 horses in the pen. You don't have to draw them. You don't have to do anything. I'm going to go ahead and put those counters right there. Okay, see how easy that was? Okay, the back of this one is very easy too. It says use counters to model this problem. 3 children each have 1 backpack on a peg. So this is a peg. This is kind of like, you know, like how you would hang up your clothes in a closet. There's little hooks. So we're going to pretend that we have 3 backpacks. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Now it says, draw counters to show the backpacks. How many backpacks are there? Okay, write the number. So now we're going to take these off and draw them. You can either just draw circles, or if you want to draw a backpack, I'm going to draw a backpack. They're usually kind of rectangle color. And backpacks are decorated. Usually some have Ninja Turtles on them, some have hearts, some have rainbows, all sorts of backpacks, okay? And they have to have some kind of like a, you know, a hook, kind of like a purse to hold on to it. So I drew the backpacks. You can just draw circles if you want. We have 1, 2, 3. Okay, now it says, use counters to model a backpack on each page, just again like what we did. Okay, 3 children each take 1 backpack. So let's pretend like we're in the classroom and it's time to go home. And let's say that Madison takes her backpack, and let's say that J.D. Orr takes his backpack, and let's say that Abigail takes her backpack. How many backpacks are on there now? 0, because we took them all away. And look at how easy that is. You don't even have to draw them because we drew them here. We have 3 backpacks on the hooks, and then 3 children. Each child takes 1 away. So show how many are left. 0, okay? We're going to do this one right here. The next page, use counters to model these problems. Drew has 1 book, okay? I'm going to put that. We're going to pretend that this is Drew's book. Adam has 1 fewer book than Drew. If Drew has 1 book and Adam has less, there's only one more that's one number that's fewer than 1, okay? What number's smaller than 1? Zero. That's kind of a trick question, isn't it? That's why this is Drew's book. I'm going to draw it on there. You don't have to watch. This is Drew. I'm going to write it on there because it's a little confusing. And then this is Adam. Adam doesn't have any book because his number is less than Drew's. Okay? The next one says Bradley has no pencils. No pencils means zero. Matt has one more pencil than Bradley. So if this is Bradley and he doesn't have any pencils, I'm going to put zero there. This is Matt. I'm putting an M for Matt. He has one more pencil than Bradley. How many pencils does Matt have? If he has one more, then he has one. I'm going to draw that on there. So parents, they just want you to use counters to do this. I'm going to leave that up to you. So Matt has one. Bradley has zero. If it's easier to draw little pictures, you can, or you can use the counters. If they're story problems, some kids are real natural at story problems, and other kids, it's really hard for them. So you do whatever you have to do to let them put that concept, to develop the concept, okay? So we're going to keep going. I know this seems like a lot, but you're going to see how easy it is at the end, okay? Here's another story problem. It says Vera has 2 apples. We could use the counters, but I think for this one, I want to draw the 2 apples. We just got done doing apple activities. So that's just a circle with a stem and leaves. I need my magnifying glass. She eats 1 apple and gives 1 apple to her friend. So if she eats 1, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cross 1 off. I'm going to X 1 off because she eats 1. Now she still has 1 left, but guess what? She's so nice, she gives it to her friend, so I'm going to X that out. How many does she have left? This is takeaway without the kids really knowing they're doing takeaway. Listen to the story. She eats 1 and she gives 1 to a friend. How many does she have left? Pretend these are apples. If she eats 1 and gives 1 to a friend, she has 0 left. So this this 8 pages is all about the number 0. Now it says Amy has 3 crayons. She gives some away. Now she has no crayons. How many crayons did she give away? It says she has 3. 1, 2, 3. And she doesn't give any away. She keeps them all. So if she keeps them all and doesn't give any away, she still is going to have 3. Some of these are a little tricky for the kids. I think for that one, I would draw the 3 crayons. Or I could use crayons instead of counters. I could say she's got 3 crayons. She doesn't give any away, so how many does she have left? Well, if she doesn't give any away, she still has 3. And then I'm going to draw on that. I think, parents, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you that you can do all the rest of this packet and just maybe take a picture just of a couple pages, not all 8, okay? I don't really have time to look at all 8, and you guys don't have time to take pictures of all 8, but as long as I get, 1 or 2 pictures from you guys, I know that you did it. Okay, look at how easy. They're just showing you that there are no fishes in the fishbowl. There are 0. So 0 means nothing. So all you have to do on that page is trace. Trace the zeros. Trace Z-E-R-O. Okay, done. All right, on the back of it. Now this one here, you do have to listen. How many fish are in the tank? 0. Oh, actually, this is super easy. I thought that they were going to give you different numbers. Trace the number. I'm going to trace it. How many fish are in this tank? 1. How many fish are in this tank? 2. How many fish are in this tank? 0. I told you this was easy. Okay. How many fish are in the tank? Okay, now there is one more part. You're going to put the zeros, and this has 1, 2, 3. You're going to do this page, but then there's an extra little thing in the directions that says circle the tanks that have 0. Circle the tanks that are empty. So I'm going to circle this one. There are no fishies in there. Don't circle this. There's 3 fish. Circle this one and this one. Okay? And this is it. All right. Here's a story problem. Bryce. Hey, it really says Bryce. We have a Bryce in our... Oh, I'm sorry. That's Blake's brother, Bryce. Okay? Blake's going to be excited when he does this one. Bryce has 2 fish. Chris has no fish. Circle to show which fishbowl belongs to Chris. Now, it's a little tricky, but what I like to do, it says Bryce has 2 fish. Okay, now, the kids don't know how to write Bryce. Blake, you might be able to write Bryce, but I'm going to put a B on top because it's telling us that Bryce has 2 fish. So we know that Bryce's fishbowl is right there. So I put a B because Bryce starts with a B. Chris has no fish. So I'm going to put a C on top of that one. It says circle to show which fishbowl belongs to Chris. Well, we know because Bryce has 2 fish and Chris doesn't have any, so I'm going to circle this one. It says draw to show what you know about the number 0. Tell a friend about your drawing. Well, you can draw your own fishbowl, or you can buy, I'm going to draw a big bowl full of apples, maybe a basket. Let's pretend I'm going to the apple orchard to pick apples. I got a big basket, but I'm not drawing any apples in there because it says draw to show 0. My basket is empty. There are 0 apples in the basket because I haven't picked any yet. Okay, that's it. Now, parents, you're going to see right after that this says Chapter 1, Review and Test. Now, I'm right now going to cross off the word test. We never use this for test because we test on the computer. Okay, so we have our ESGI testing that has little sets that they count and they compare numbers, and we test them on numbers 1 through 10, even 1 through 20. But we do these, but we do them just together. We do them together because it's really nice because, you know, when they get to 1st, 2nd, 3rd grade, they have to do tests where they have to fill in the bubble, okay? Okay, it's kind of like voting on a ballot. You have to fill in the bubble. These are really good to see what your child knows, okay? So you can kind of treat it like a test. Fill in the bubble. So help them to fill in the bubble. We're going to count the fish. I honestly have to use this again because I can't tell. It almost looked like there were 2, but there's not. There's 1. So we're not circling the 1, boys and girls. You're filling in the bubble. Okay, and we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now there's 2 different ones. I do have to tell you, there's 2 different answers on some of them. Okay, F-I-V-E spells 5, and this says 5. Okay, write a number that shows what represents the empty nest. Are there any eggs in that nest? No, so you're going to write 0. How many apples do you see? So parents, you know what? Because we don't usually do those tests, a lot of it is just a review. I'm just going to leave that up to you. You're going to look at it and you're going to say, hey, you know, we've been doing this for the last 2 weeks. I don't need to do it. Or some of you guys like extra work. If you want the extra work, go ahead and do it. And that's it. I really kind of wanted to finish this up because we want to go on to the number 6. I got together with the kindergarten teachers the other day. We had a kindergarten meeting and they were all on, they were doing 6 and 7. I said, well, I did chapter 1 because I wanted to do a review. So now we're going to keep on and we're going to go with 6 through 10. And then we'll keep going with the Go Math too, but we might kind of go back and forth. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye.